Hello and welcome to the BTS Summer Cup. That's right, these teams facing it out in the EU/CIS region to earn their place at the the Beyond the Summit. Wow, that was a mess up. To the Beyond the Summit Summit 9, I believe it is. Although it says 8 on our screens, but I'm pretty sure it's Summit 9.
It is Summit 9.
Yes, so we have new guys, aka Let's Do It, aka Kinguin, versus the final tribe, and I'll let you talk through this draft, which we've already got going on pretty thoroughly.
Okay, so some very targeted bans, I would say, especially coming out from the final tribe. Exotic Deer, a very good lone druid player. They've also picked up Lich in the few times that I've watched them recently, so not too surprising. Final tribe pick up the Naga for themselves. Pablo's a very big fan of that hero on the position 4. You guys, they respond with the Winter Wyvern Crystal Maiden. So Crystal Maiden first phase in all 3 games so far that we've cast today. The Maiden is back. Probably going to be a Maiden position 4, I would say. But both of those heroes are viable. And then Final Tribe, both they go for the Jig hero as well. So not too surprising, having that combo up with the Naga Sleep. And it is worth noting that Charlie's actually standing in for Final Tribe instead of Frost. So I assume it's a stand-in anyway. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they're trying out some new players, taking the team in new directions. You're never sure, but yeah, I don't think I've seen Charlie play for anybody except Kingdra before, so could be interesting.
Yes. And yeah, the ex-Kinguin guys have asked that they get referred to as new guys. So that's the new name that they will be playing under. Exciting.
Very exciting. Yep. So after the Kinguin organization let them go, they've been, it's going to be interesting to see how they play. It's got to be a hit for them. I think it was it Elisosh who made that that blog post, which kind of explained the ups and downs, the scary situation they're in now, and it's a hard thing for a team to go through, but hopefully they'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they'll come back bigger and better and stronger than ever. And what better way to do that than taking on the final tribe and finding a victory here, and possibly even making it to the summit? I think they've been to a summit before,
They have, I think, yeah. I think I remember that too. I'd be interested to see whether Exotic Deer gets one of his interesting heroes, as we could call them this game. He goes for these lone druids. He's a Broodmother safe laner. He's a Nature's Prophet safe lane player as well. Probably don't want to pick the Nature's Prophet into the Jakiros and the Naga, I would say. They have good split push and wave clear potential. It's not easy, I would say. But who knows with new guys? I'm gonna start saying Kinguin every time and then just change it. God damn. But yeah, be cool to see whether they've changed up their ideas a little bit, or whether both teams go for something that they've been pretty confident on. Especially Final Tribe, they went to the Super Major. They didn't have a great time. But again, they were against the top teams in the world, so I think it was a good learning experience for them. So it'll be interesting to see whether they've learned something from that, and they go for something different, or whether they do fall back on something they're comfortable with as well. So they need to pick up one of their cores here on new guys, which is a bit surprising because usually when you have second pick, you tend to pick up one of your cores in the first phase. But I'm sure Final Tribe might have picked up the Crystal Maiden for themselves if given the chance. Okay, so instead of pick up one of their cores in the first phase that's very versatile with where it lanes, they just pick it up first, pick in the second phase instead. And I'm honestly surprised Bloodseeker's got this far through. So it's been a very popular pick at the moment. And the way we see teams play against the Bloodseeker a lot of the time at the moment is with burst damage. So I wonder whether we see something like a Zeus here for Final Tribe. Tends to be a bit of a go-to.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Zeus so far, and a lot of Zeus action. He's pretty strong now. I mean, one of his problems before was that his laning phase could have been considered a bit weak, because he just couldn't deny. He couldn't deny. He'd get CS all the time, but now, with the new damage increase on him, I think it's actually done so much for the hero.
Yeah, definitely. And there's lots of follow-up burst damage for after the song as well, into this ice path until they get BKBs.
Sure.
The Bloodseeker kind of limits the amount of cores that you can pick as well, because you can't pick these cores that are very reliant on the mobility to deal damage. Things like PA, Troll.
Yeah, the Rupture really just does put them at a standstill. What cores are good versus Bloodseeker, though?
Heroes that can stand still and hold their ground and fight.
Medusa.
Medusa's probably the best example, but we don't really see too much of that hero anymore. Luna's not too bad if you have something defensive to be able to help you as well. My only worry is here for new guys is that if you rupture somebody, there might just be a reset from Final Tribe with the song, which kind of delays some of the rupture coming out.
Yep, that's true. But it also means the Final Tribe can't pick up the Lycan for Charlie, which I feel like is kind of a stable hero of his. You know, he plays a lot of heroes, but Lycan is certainly one of his favourites, so getting that avenue banned out is always feels pretty bad.
So we've also been seeing a bit more of a Naga position 3 recently as well. Saw it in the last game by Boogie in the last series. And so I wonder whether Final Tribe are going to play the Sanking as the 3 or the Naga as the 3. I imagine it's probably going to be the Sanking, but we'll have to see. And I also imagine they want to match the Sanking up against the Bloodseeker in the laning stage. Just because of that Caustic coming through, you have the kill potential with the Burst Strike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of nice things to mess with the Bloodseeker, isn't it?
I feel like they need... They need some kind of jump here, I would say, on new guys. Something that can get on backlines, because at the moment, I'm still worried about this song that's going to come up from the Naga in these team fights. They do have the ability to reinitiate themselves with the Wyvern Curse, but...
I feel like an offlane Clockwork could do quite a lot of work for them. I know you don't really like picking it into the Jakira and Sanking, but just in what it offers the team seems really nice. Okay, so they're going to take the Luna nice and early. I was actually expecting Final Tribe to take this, but they do get it on new guys, so Bloodseeker mid and Luna in the safe lane, it looks like.
I'm a little bit worried here that Final Tribe are going to pick something that abuses the lack of lockdown here on new guys. So something that's very mobile as one of their 2 cores. Like something with a blink or whatnot. Against the Bloodseeker, it can be difficult, but like we said, they do have the song to be able to wait out that rupture time. They've got the Ice Path, the Burst Strike. There's lots of lockdown that the Final Tribe have. That's...
Okay, yeah. We've seen this a lot. Spectre versus Bloodseeker has kind of been flavour of the week matchups. I mean, as you say, you know, the hero which just wants to sit there and not really move is Spectre is definitely one of them. I mean, yeah, and I think Charlie's one of the players that often levels up the dagger talents, because he says that the dagger is the hero, Spectre is spectral dagger, so he values it more than a lot of other players do. There's a very strong divide between the dagger players and the non-dagger players in Spectre, so going to be interesting if he follows that this game with a Bloodseeker in there.
Honestly, though, I feel like this game you probably don't want the dagger talents. Like, they're okay.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
But you kind of don't want to be running around when you're against this Bloodseeker. You just want to hold your ground, make sure you're nice and tanky, get the dispersion damage coming through. But new guys do have 2 really good BKB cores to be able to deal with this dispersion from the Spectre. And as we saw last series, I imagine this game's probably going to be very much on BKB timings and BKB usage, especially looking at both teams at the moment.
I mean, yeah, a bit. I think less than last game, unless they pick up some big magic core here. Okay, yeah, so new guys, all about the BKB timings this game.
And they do go for that Zeus against the Bloodseeker as well, so they have so much global potential now too, with the Spectre and the Zeus. And this Spectre and Zeus are very good at blowing up these weak supports on the backline as well. If you can pop the Thunder God's Wrath, pop the Haunt, get on top of the Winter Wyvern especially, I think is the main target at the start of the fights.
I feel like new guys would have taken the Zeus if Final Tribe didn't take it as well, because... Oh no, they're putting Bloodseeker mid. Never mind, guys.
I mean, my worry, again, but I've talked about the lack of ability to get onto the backlines. And as we saw in the last series between... They really struggled to get on top of the Zeus, and he went like, what was it, 23-2 or something? Like, you have to be able to get on the Zeus at the start of the fight, and they don't really have a hero that can force fights at the moment, that can jump in the backlines, and they need something that does that now. And they are looking for their offlaners, so these offlaners tend to be the ones that can do that the best.
I feel like a Mirana could be a good shout for them, actually. It's a little bit greedy, but I think as that kind of space-creating hero, it could work out well. Someone to team up with a Crystal Maiden and go for kills as well. Just an option.
It's okay, but they don't really have anything to set up for the arrow. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's your jump hero. There's your big team fight.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Better than what I said, maybe. Maybe.
Don't put yourself down, man.
Thanks. Did you like my pick?
No.
Oh.
I think this Brewmaster's going to have a very good time in the laning stage as well. Because what happens here is the Spectre can't really lane against the Bloodseeker or the Brewmaster, or the Luna really in the laning stage, and they might end up tri-laning around the Spectre with the Naga and the Jakiro. But then you don't really abuse the Sand King's power that he has kill potential in dual lanes. So I think Final Tribes draft is a little bit... Their laning stage isn't going to be very strong. But I think they have to get to this point where they have super good team fight with the Naga Jakiro. They have really good late game with the Spectre as well. So just try and hold, delay this game out a little bit like we've seen before in the past with Spectres.
Alrighty then, well, let's get into it. Game number 1, New Guys versus the Final Tribe, aka... No, I won't say. I won't bring up the old sponsor's name. They're dead. They're history. New guys, new team, new faces, and new motivation. Let's get into it. Game number 1 in this best of 3 to find out who makes it through to the upper bracket to play off versus... it was... What do they call? Gang Squad. Gang Squad. Old ex-Penta. So, money on the drafts. I mean, for me... I'm going to call it Final Tribe. I just like that draft. I think Charlie's going to do wonderful, wonderful things on the Spectre. I mean, playing against Charlie Spectre, it's pretty tricky. And I don't feel like New Guys have really got that kind of... They do love the Bloodseeker, but I don't feel like they're kind of playing to their strengths with this draft, I like it when they pull out the niche picks. They go a little bit interesting. They catch the enemy off guard. I don't think they're doing that this game, and... I don't know, maybe on paper, the Final Tribe are a little bit of a stronger team, so...
It's Zeus support, by the way.
Alright, GG. New Guys take this round and...
It's, they're playing... I think they're playing Naga as a core
they've-
on Pablo. I'm not sure. Like, Jonas and fans definitely playing core on this Sand King. It looks like he's playing mid, though.
Oh yeah, he is. Mid Sand King
So-
versus Bloodseeker. I like it, actually. I like that a lot. That could really work. Oh, this mid lane's going to be decided in the first kind of 2 minutes. It's going to be a stomp one way or the other, I think.
I assume Pablo's playing 4 still, so it might just be Zeus offlane. I guess so. But,
Look at Paytos and Kaysor just sitting around the corner here, and they're going to go straight onto Hanskin here. They get the stomp off, but I don't think they got enough damage before Hanskin makes it to the tree line. Sorry, what do you want us to call him again?
New Guys.
No, Hanskin asked to be called something special, didn't he?
I can't remember. Hang on, let me check. Hanskin asked to be called Dick Thunder this game.
Okay.
So we'll try our best.
Yeah, I mean, it might confuse some people, but... And again, everybody knows that Hanskin's Dick Thunder, so...
Yeah, obviously.
Pretty common knowledge. Alrighty, so Zeus support in the bottom lane with a bit of a bamboozle with Naga farming it up. Jonathan fan in the mid lane on the Sand King. Gonna let a creep through, interestingly.
I think Zeus might actually be farming in this bot lane, now that I look at it. I think the Naga's just decided to tank up.
Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, I like that as well. And Era always plays a course, so yeah. Well, not well, always, but often.
I think this Bloodseeker mid, though, has to absolutely own the first couple of waves, while the Sand King doesn't have Corsic and Burrow Strike. Like, the Corsic doesn't do too much damage when it's level 1, and it doesn't go off when you deny as well. So
yeah, that's a big thing.
If he can just secure the CS in the first few waves, I don't think he's in too bad of a position.
Yeah, he's trying to do some damage to Nisha, but Nisha's just doing so much damage back. And with that level in Thirst, he is of course now level 2, and Jonathan Van is getting bullied because of it. He needs to find this 2 somehow, but Nisha's doing a very good job of denying everything.
This Brewmaster CM lane is something we've been seeing a lot more of recently. Having the clap available, the Crystal Nova to set up for it as well. There's a decent amount of kill potential, especially when CM gets level 3 and has a point in all their skills.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a bit of pain coming out as Elder Sash kind of just firing out these Splinter Blasts, as he will do. It's a very cheap nuke, and you can just kind of keep on firing them out. And now he hits level 2, the Harass is that much more potent, as Pablo, he takes a bit, as does Era as well, and that's just the power of the Wyvern, the monstrous laner. Meanwhile at mid, there's now level 3 onto Nisha, and level 2 onto Janastan Fan, so... But now with this Burrow Strike up, it makes it very hard for Nisha to come into this lane. And you see, it completely switches around now because Nisha knows that he can't come too close to this.
Yeah, it's difficult now that the Sand King gets level 3 though. You have to be super careful.
For the Burrow Strike.
You see Nisha just has to back off. He can't commit to it, but Jonas just pushes the mid lane out to secure the invis in top.
Charlie is very low. They're chasing him down, but he's going around the wrong way of the trees. And Kaysor is here, and he's just going to throw down the Frostbite to make sure he finds that kill.
I don't like that K-Saw doesn't have any mangoes on this Crystal Maiden in the top lane though. She's kind of a dead hero now until she has some spells up again.
I think she ate a couple there. She definitely ate one.
Makes more sense.
Charlie's back into lane and ready to keep on farming up. It surprises me that Spectre's so meta right now, considering the dual lanes kind of thing. I've always considered Spectre to be the kind of the life and soul of a 4 Protect 1. Oh, silence into the middle lane. Gonna land on Janathan Fan, but Nisha's just gonna use the space to farm up. So Janathan Fan pops that salve. Doesn't want to let himself fall too low. Does walk in, gets the salve cancelled though. Meanwhile on the bottom lane, Eric could be in trouble. He's trying to run it around the tree line, but Exotic Deer just eats down the tree and turns around and finishes him off. But now Exotic Deer's dropping low. Pablo, can he find the damage? No, not with the slows from the Wyvern coming out onto him. It does look like Exotic Deer will get away this time, but Charlie in the top lane, not so lucky as he's being chased down by Paytest and K-Saw. They're going to run into the trees though. Can they chase? It doesn't look like it. The dual breath is just slowing them down far too much, and Charlie will get away, but does fall very low because of that.
Yeah, I love that he's picked up some more mangoes on this Crystal Maiden as well. So much kill potential on the Spectre, and Charlie can't move up freely in this lane. It's so difficult for him.
And Janathan Fan starting to really struggle in this mid a little bit. It's been so backwards and forwards here, but you know, once Janathan Fan gets low, Nisha is just way too damaging. He's actually going to go on to Janathan Fan here. Janathan Fan goes for the Burrow Strike, but I think he's going to go down here. Yep, he certainly will. Nisha heals up nicely from that.
As long as Nisha just keeps his health topped up, never gets to like half HP or anything, so he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he used the Blood Rage on. It must have been himself, but maybe he used it on Nisha. I'm not sure.
The worrying thing is that Jonathan Fan's a level behind this Bloodseeker as well. So when he gets level 6 on the Bloodseeker, the Sanking's super big trouble.
And Skin taking a lot of damage here, and Charlie's going to jump in and try and do his best as the Ice Path comes through. One more right click will not be enough to finish off Handskin, and Charlie, well, he's just happy to keep on farming. He's not really looking for kills down here, just looking to save. But in the middle lane, there is an illusion rune popped off as Nisha, well, he's now level 6, so Janathan Fan might start to struggle once again, as the threat of this rupture is going to be pretty huge on him. This has not gone as well as they hoped.
Not at all. Not for one bit. But that's the power of the Bloodseeker in the laning stage. He's super good at winning the lane. And this is why I was surprised that it got through to the second phase. It's so strong. But the way that their draft is done on the Raging,
Jakiro being hunted down by the Crystal Maiden. She's got a Crystal Nova soon, but Jakiro's going to finish the TP out.
I think it's because Jakiro's TP'd out now that this Spectre is...
middle lane. The rupture is off. There's nothing Janathan Fan can do. Nisha's just going to run him down.
I should have been looking, really. I even said it was going to happen. Era lane as well on the Zeus.
Yeah, Luna's dropping pretty low as well, though. Who's actually going to be the first of all here? Era's hanging around. He's got another lightning bolt available, but Pablo's falling low in response. Now LS Sash. Everybody's falling low. The only winner here is Bloodseeker, as no kills are had down in this bottom lane.
It's Sanking. He's only just at level 5. He's almost 2.5 levels behind this Bloodseeker now. And it feels like their answer to the Bloodseeker definitely has not worked.
No, it was a cute idea, didn't pay off. This is the play now, just Sandstorm, just sit in Sandstorm the whole game. What now?
Honestly, when this Rupture comes back up again, Jonathan Fan might just die.
He's gone for the Bow Strike onto Nisha, but Nisha's just far too many levels ahead now. Be them the same level, that play would have worked fine, he would have got a kill there. Oh, bottom lane. Elder Sash goes down, Exotic Deer go for the TP out, but it's not going to happen. Era and Handskin, too much damage. The Dragon TP's down to bottom, and poor old Charlie left to try and pull for himself here.
That's really bad for Luna as well, because she doesn't have the ability to TP back to lane now, so she's just going to have wasted a whole minute of her early game, unfortunately.
But in comes Nisha, and he's got this Rupture. Might be looking to make something happen.
They really want this Zeus.
Sets up. They're going on to the Naga Siren. No song available as of yet, but with the lockdown they've got, it's a lot of damage. The Bloodseeker feels like he might have made a mistake here. They're trying to chase him down, but they can't quite do it, and as heroes start to fall low from the damage of Elder Sash, the Bloodseeker is only going to get faster and faster as Handskin takes so much here. The Cold Black doesn't quite manage it. The Splinter Blast slightly off the mark. Nice reactions there from Handskin to run away from Era.
Look at this top lane now, though. Brewmaster's hit level 6 and Charlie's like, get me out. I do not want to be in this lane anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of just biting the pillow and waiting for it all to be over as Paytos completely dominates his lane and poor old Charlie. I mean, we see this a lot from Spectres, though. You know, you just got to kind of wait and play the catch-up. You know, the great thing about Spectre is that she can always be in these fights with Haunt, which means that she's always going to be around to get that XP, to get that gold whenever a fight goes down. So if your team's doing well, you can be the bit of a sacrifice and hope that you spring back in that mid-game.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Zeus and the Spectre both need level 6 for this to really work, I think. And I have a really bad feeling Paytas is just going to pop the ult here in the top lane, and Charlie's going to... If he takes one wrong step here, he just gets novaed.
Yep. Well, the Nova comes out. It's not enough to let Paytas go, and he actually pops his salve here.
Mid lane as well.
Very scared. Oh, that was an epicenter in Yonasam fan. I think he got ruptured, he just popped the epi, and Nisha just ran away and then ran straight back in again.
But we talked about cores needing mobility. Sanking's probably one of those. And Split gets put top lane, sorry.
Oh yeah, they're going on to Charlie, throw him up into the air. Queso is ready, 2 seconds on Frostbite, just waiting for that cooldown. Frostbite, hold him still, and Paytas finishes the job.
Like, they've lost every lane. It feels like maybe the bot lane drew, because they've managed to kill the Luna as well. But they lost the mid lane of the top lane super hard here.
They're even on
CS. They're 3k behind already. This is... I know they said their laning stage was bad. It's probably not as bad as they... This isn't as bad as they wanted it to be.
Well, Final Tribe, they've got a lot of making up to do. Can they do it? They have the tools to maybe do so. They've got the Haunt now. They've got the Zeus ult. Maybe they're just going to take a big team fight. I'm not sure what they're thinking, but they got to make something happen relatively soon. Of course, the learning phase isn't over just yet. Still a bit to be salvaged from it. So a couple more levels, but... I mean, if they keep letting the new guys go along as they are, then there's going to be trouble. And Charlie in the top lane, he's just going to drop so quickly here. Not even close to surviving that.
There's not even a split up at that time. So that's just a clap. Clap and a Crystal Maiden.
Don't know about you, but I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable watching this game. I don't feel like the Final Tribe should be losing to new guys this badly. I mean, no offense to new guys, they're a good team, but on paper, Final Tribe have just had the better results this season, and we're not really seeing that right now.
That's true, but at the same time, we haven't seen much from Final Tribe. So, and especially with the draft they've got, it's very... Their lanes are so bad. Like, I think, but they know they're bad. They're not drafting towards this point in the game. They just have to get to the point where in this mid-game, they get their ults, take a good fight around this song with the Ice Path combo as well, get themselves back in the game. My main worry is that with this Brewmaster and the Wyvern, that new guys aren't going to be worried about taking fights into the song. They have really good initiation and counter initiation themselves.
Don't worry though, Yonasam fan's got enough got enough money for his bottles, so.
Great scan as well by new guys. They understand that the Naga and the Jakir are just sitting on the side.
Yep, and Nisha positions himself perfectly, and actually, he's moving pretty fast right now. And oh, he's got a haste room. I was going to say, who's low?
Spectre hasn't even got 2k net worth at 10 minutes into this game. Like, that's how bad his laning stage is. And he can't even go to the jungle because he's level 6.
He's behind the Crystal Maiden. Charlie on the Spectre is behind the Crystal Maiden. Queso. What is going on? Final Tribe. Pull it together, team. Come on. Your net worth chart just can't look like this. And Pablo and Handskin are the absolute models of patience here, as they have just been sitting in these trees.
I love that the Luna TP's top as well, and just takes over this area with the Brewmaster, just freely farms the jungle, because this bot area isn't safe if you look at all the Final Tribe's vision at the moment. They can just see wherever this Luna is in the bot area. And Jakir and Naga have been sitting here for about a minute now, by the way, and achieving absolutely nothing. Bloodseeker's just farming the jungle.
Yep, meanwhile, Paytas and Queso get to work on the tier 2 up at top. Yep. Silence is used in the middle lane as Nisha's actually doing a really good job of just not letting this tier 1 be pushed. Looks like they might trade a tier 1 for a tier 2. Doesn't really seem value. Meanwhile, Charlie's gone to the bottom lane. He's like, hell yeah, I'm going to get me some farm. They have all of these wards up, so he's going to take full advantage of that and maybe use the safety. TP's into mid though, Wyvern.
Like, they suddenly just can't push anymore. Like, that's it. And they're going to lose a tier 2 top as well, which they just didn't defend.
Yeah. And I'm not sure they can.
Brewmaster has a hood as well, which is going to turn into a pipe at some point. Has the drums as well.
While, yeah. And the drums coming out to him soon are going to make a big difference to their team fight as well.
He's so tanky on this Brewmaster now with his effective HP from the hood.
Unfightable, unpushable. Where do you go, Final Tribe? What magic can you pull out? And whatever it be, 7k gold behind it, 12 minutes, it's got to be magic. Well, here we go. They're making a play, but they don't manage to cancel the Bruce split in time. K-Soul's dropping low. Maybe they can find the kill onto the Crystal Maiden, but she's going to pop the ulti. They turn around. They kill Charlie. No problems at all. Zeus on the backline is just being chased solo by the Pandas here, crowding around Era, trying to bring him down. They'll use that rock. They'll jump in his face, and they kill the Zeus. Meanwhile, Niche on the backlines. Finish Celestio, and that's some fan. Pablo going for the TP out. Does make it, but it's 2 survivors out of 5, and let me tell you, those are not good numbers.
Alright, 12 minutes, guys. Time to go high ground.
Literally. Why wouldn't you?
You just might as well just chip at that tower while you have the catapult as well. There's no harm.
Give it as many hits as you can. Actually, Pablo, he's taking so much damage. He's gonna get silenced up here. They've got a rupture in 8 seconds, but they let Pablo escape. Don't want to get too greedy. Don't want to give away their advantage they've worked so hard to build up.
I've got to be honest, I feel like this is almost like a mirror of the last game that we saw in the last series. The second game.
Yeah.
But these new guys aren't making the same mistakes that we saw from Espada. And this is exactly how you play against the Spectre Zeus. You pick off this Zeus at the start of the fight with the Brewmaster, and then they just don't do anything, especially because the Sand Kings had such a rough laning stage. They really need this blink, just to initiate fights on the backline.
Let's see what they can pull off as Gaston Fan heads towards his Blink Dagger. But, you know, this is a mid Sand King, and it's coming up on 14 minutes, and he's not going to have his Blink Dagger. Brown Boots wand, no Blink. It's a sad state of affairs. But, you know, there's still hope. There's always hope. As we've seen last game, you know, if you get the Zeus in the right position to get all its damage off in the fights, if you get the Spectre in the right position to maybe find a couple of kills, and then all of a sudden she climbs up that net worth chart a bit, and she is going to be a bit of a threat. But for now, she is nothing.
Look at the vision, though, from new guys as well. Like, in this top area, they just can't farm anywhere. Like, I don't see anything. They got a courier, though, so that's pretty worth.
Okay. They'll take it. They'll take anything right now.
That probably counts as the best team fight they'll get all game. But,
you have very loose definitions of team fights. Pings are coming out. They know that LSH is around here somewhere, but very difficult hero to find in the trees. Being able to fly over them, pretty OP.
He's maxed out the Arctic Burn as well, so he can just fly
they
away.
see a trees are missing here. They're actually going to ulti for it. The Ice Path is on the marker, going in for... He actually pops the ultimate, just turns it around. Naga's not going to die from this, but it is going to buy LSH a little bit more time, and time for Paytos to TP in on this one.
Honestly, I think the Luna and the Bloodseeker just get BKBs, take the Roche, and that's their go time. If they might as well just shut out Final Tribe from the map, stop them from farming. They've got a good vision to do that, but they don't need to force high ground until they have this Roche, which they are.
Who needs BKBs? Double damage on Luna, and this Roshan is going to fall like he is. That's going to made of paper.
Yeah, especially with the Blood Rage as well. It's just so much damage coming out from the Luna with the DD.
Absolutely insane. Well, Final Tribe, they're making their way over, but they're not going to get here in time, I don't think. Or will they? Maybe. They've got the song. This could be huge, but they're not quite quick enough. Tragic. So close. Minutes, seconds from greatness as Pablo, well, Ravage is out onto him. They're turning it around. They're going to bring down the Luna, and she was not the one who picked up the Aegis. Meanwhile, Nisha just running through this fight. They're going to tear up Era, and look at Nisha go. Charlie's next on the list. Yum, yum. Thank you very much. Who's next? Yonasan Fan. Hello. He gets the Burrow Strike up onto the high ground. Meanwhile, Pablo gets taken down by Elder Sash, and a nice blink up. Does he have the mana for a TP? He doesn't for now. It's going to be squeaky bum time as Nisha walks on by, but he's not interested. Yonasan Fan. He'll get out of this one. So they lose 3. They do get the Luna in the CN, though, so I actually think that was a good fight for Final Tribe.
It wasn't a good fight. It was a fight that probably the best fight they could have hoped for.
Yeah, all things considered.
They were so close to getting close enough to the Roche Pit to get the song off, but unfortunately they didn't quite make it. Bloodseeker picks up the Aegis, and now he's a super big issue for them. He's actually only 600 gold away from the BKB, and when he gets that, he's just going to run around in these fights and do whatever the hell he wants.
Yep, he's a little gremlin on crack cocaine. He just flies around and tears everybody apart. And there's very little which Final Tribe have to answer to him right now, especially with that BKB up, as you say.
The Naga and the Sand King are just running away from a solo Crystal Maiden in the bot lane.
They made a play until they missed the Burrow Strike, and they're like, run! Run! She's coming back!
He actually missed the Burrow Strike after the epicenter around the Roche fight as well. Maybe a little bit rough around the edges on the Sand King at the moment.
Okay, well, you know, it's a warm-up game, you know? maybe they haven't practiced yet. They're just limbering up, you know, stretching those finger muscles. They do get the Brink Burrow onto the CM. Surely they can bring him down. Macropire used. They're even going to use the Ice Path because she was just about to throw out their ulti. And, well, ulti returned from the Wyvern. They actually missed with the Spencer Blast. Yanasam fan. He's got the TP, though. And
the Zeus in the back line as well. He's getting got on by the Bloodseeker.
Oh, getting TP out. No, he can't quite make it. Nisha finds yet another. And that was just because his teammate was low. Bloodseeker took the window of opportunity and went for a kill on an enemy core and absolutely got it. Meanwhile, Handskin being chased down. Well. Yeah, I'm not sure he's getting out of this one. Going for the TP while he kept the Wyvern still, and that's exactly what he needs to do, in fact, as he gets out of that one by a skin of his teeth.
In the meantime, though, Luna and Bloodseeker just free farming away. Luna actually doesn't have that much farm. She's quite far behind her other two cores. That's just because they've been involved in so many kills.
Oh, okay, so Charlie gets ruptured, so he just pops the Blade Mail and starts running away from the Bloodseeker. Unfortunately, he's got an Aegis, but there's a BKB coming in before the Ice Bath, and Charlie just sits there staring at the ground as he gets pummeled into it. Here we go, new guys. They're just showing so much dominance here. They won the loading phase, and now they're looking like they're going to win the game. 14k gold, 16 kills, only 5 on the side of the final tribe. Blink Burrow Strike in onto Kratos here, but this guy, he's got Pipe and Primal Split. You ain't bringing him down so quickly. Now you're an Assam fan, he's going to get silenced up, he's going to be in trouble. Pablo just gets teared apart of the backlines, comes too close to the Bloodseeker, and, well, we all know how that one ends out. Meanwhile, you're an Assam fan up on the high ground being chased down by the Pandas, and he's just going to die to the Pandas alone as they chase him down into his own base. Well, Handskin as well, not surviving, not even close. And final try. I mean, is there a point where you just tap out, or never say never?
Up. He can hold the high ground maybe, but you see the Wyvern just running in and zoning.
They've got a rupture.
They have the Winter's Curse as well. There's no reason for the
Okay, well they're a little bit scared to fight without their.
FP?
Oh, okay, all right. They've caught Brewmaster with the ultimate from. Oh, surely they can bring him down, but Patos makes it onto the high ground. Charlie TP's in, finishes off the kill, but now they'll actually get the return kill onto the Sankey. Meanwhile, on the back lines, Charlie is just taking so much damage as CM, Exotic Deer, and Isla Sash tear him apart. Bloodseeker just running around doing whatever he wants, though. He's actually right on the front lines here. He doesn't even care. Net, Macropire, sure, whatever. He'll take a bit of damage.
So get the Zeus, and, game's over.
Okay, yeah. Zeus just runs into the Eclipse. Exotic Deer takes care of business. Handskin, he's going to take care of 2 businesses. Pablo, well, he's running up, but this is one of the most stompy games I've cast in a very long time. This is not what we expected. This is not what anybody expected.
Yeah, when you hit that 1,000 net worth advantage per minute, it looks a little bit rough. They are holding their high ground though, so you know that's something, I guess. I'm trying to clutch at straws here though. So, how do they get back into the game, Nomad? What are we going for here?
Alrighty, let me tell you. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to everybody smoke up, okay, and you need to run to the enemy fountain and call GG. No, you want to smoke up with the epicenter, and then you just get the Dream 5-man Ice Path into an epicenter. Spectre comes in, you know, and they all try to focus the Spectre with Blade Mail, and they all die. That's
maybe the enemy drops your Radiance that actually works on yourself as well.
Possible. Yeah, I think Zeus just running into the Wilbur ulti.
You know, this is something.
Oh, yeah, that's some fun. There's only so many times we can forgive you for that, but they'd still get the kill anyway.
He just knew they were going to get the kill. It was just a warning. You're about to die, Burrow Strike.
Yeah, it's very much the alpha play. You know, you just got to assert your dominance. You say, I don't even need to hit this.
Honestly, though, this Brewmaster going Shallow Blade I really don't like. I feel like you just get a Blink Dagger. It's pretty rough against the Zeus, but if you get the jump before he starts using his spells, it's definitely the way to kill off the big Zeus target this game.
Sure, but it's not the Shadow Blade he's looking for, it's the Silver Edge for the Spectre, which I really like. I think it's the best item to get versus Spectre.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind it, and it is a good form of initiation, but I just feel like the Blink is their answer to the Zeus. Which is the biggest problem for them this game, even though they don't have many problems.
Also, Spectre does actually have like a hidden power spike when she gets these 4 levels inside Desolate and Dispersion, even if she doesn't have any items. she can still tear someone apart. It's surprising how much she can do with that. So just getting the Silver Edge and not really letting the Spectres slip under their radar.
Yeah, but you see at the moment, though, the final tribe are just stuck in their base. Like, they can't go anywhere. It's so difficult for them to fight. Oh, they cancel the Sanking TP bot as well with the curse.
Oh no, you're not some fan. And again, he's oh.
I mean, there's.
Okay,
oh,
Science is coming in. Oh, Blink Dagger! Oh, he might have just had it there, but doesn't quite manage to get away.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
He made space though, dude. Look at this top lane. Spectres just gets to farm a lane now. This is pretty big.
That's true. That's true. Let's push it down, Charlie. Push it down. Get some gold in the bank. You could do it. Highest net worth on his team, but that really isn't saying much. Still, about 3,000 gold, 4,000 gold behind everybody else on the enemy team, except the CM and the Wyvern. So by everybody else, I mean the 3 of the enemy, the cores. Every core. There we go. Well, they're in the end.
Second Roche is about to spawn as well, though, so they could just wait for that before they go get to the high ground, which we talked about last game. You probably want this Aegis versus the Zeus when you go high ground. Can be difficult to push into. Luna has the BKB. Lots for the new guys to work with.
Yep. The Miracle team fight from Final Tribe, it needs to happen. Huge wombo combo, or, you know, just getting a few pickoffs, a few key pickoffs could change everything. Has Bloodseeker even died yet? No, he's 7-0 right now. Meanwhile, yeah, Spectre is 3-7. Yanasam Fan is 0-7.
Charlie's just standing here, not really sure what to do, it feels like at the moment. He doesn't know whether to TP or...
You and me both, buddy. He's gonna do both. Well, they... Oh no, it's Yanasam Fan going down.
Roche is up now as well. I think I'd like to see them just go over there now instead of going to the high ground here.
Yeah, I think they will. Paytos is going to scout it. Pings are out. Let's get over here, guys. Get on in. Have a Roche on me.
He does finish the Silver Edge on the Brew as well. Going for the BKB next, which is definitely the right play. It's all this magic damage coming up from the Final Tribe. I mean, this is the problem when you pick Spectre Zeus as your 2 cores. You do have this really good global potential, but you have no physical damage. So if people just itemize with these 3 BKBs like new guys are doing, then it's so difficult for you to take fights.
Roshan completely drops. No problems there. Down it goes. I mean, even if Final Tribe beelined it straight towards Roshan the moment it knew it was happening, I don't think they'd have got there in time anyway, so...
How do they hold this on Final Tribe? They just have to spam it out with the Zeus, I think. That's their only hope. I would have liked to have seen an Aether Lens on him first, just so they can hold the high ground a bit better. Literally just for that reason. He is very close, though, if he disassembles his Arcane Boots.
Don't mind if I do.
Spectre is getting closer to the Relic as well, though. Only about 1,100 gold away.
She is. She is. But you need the full Radiance. Oh, you're not. You're actually lying to me, aren't you?
When I say closer, I don't mean close, by the way.
No, you don't. 1k gold in this game is a lot of money for the Dire as they just run straight in. Era getting back so very far. And, well... Oh, Elisash has found a haste. I don't even haste it, he's just fast. Now comes in the Burrow Strike. It's not a bad ultimate onto 2. They've actually put down Exotic Deer. That's the Aegis gone. And, well, Charlie playing around, trying to get K-Sword down as well. And, well, Exotic Deer comes back. Nisha, though, pops the ultimate. Charlie just TPing back to base. This isn't a bad hold so far from Final Tribe. What more can they pull out? Yes, they've lost their Zeus, but maybe they can get away with the Bloodseeker here. But, of course, that BKB coming through. And in the backlines, Paytos just annihilating Jakiro. Meanwhile, they turn their focus. Nagasiren chasing down by Exotic Deer. One more right click will do the job. Charlie in the front lines. Got the BKB out. Yanasam Fan goes to the Burrow Strike. And Nisha is here, tearing them apart. K-Sword just celebrating their victory with an ultimate, because I don't see any way back here. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm not.
They're going to get the silence on the Spectre as well.
Yeah, Charlie, he just gets eaten alive. Buyback is available, but what does it matter?
36k net worth up at 26 minutes.
This is very convincing from Kinguin. Sorry. Oh no, I've done
I
it!
think you mean new guys.
New guys, I swear. And
They break the Spectre.
Charlie, yeah. Both in-game and probably out-of-game as well. Charlie's probably just crying at his PC right now. That was violent. That was violent. Alright, Final Tribe. You're taking a hit. Let's see what you can do. GG cooled. Come back. Game 2. What can you pull off? I mean,
Yeah, little bit of an outdraft. I think they just need to reset themselves, realise they made a mistake. Just reset your heads, get this game completely out of your minds, and just go again for game 2. Just start again, start fresh, because it just didn't work for them this game at all.
yeah, it's but you know, in a way, it feels pretty good to see the new guys doing so well. You know, after reading that blog post from Lilisash, I think everybody kind of sympathised with him a bit. You know, it was a rough loss for them to lose their sponsors, and you know, now to see them coming out the starting blocks fighting so hard, gotta be happy about that one, right?
Yeah, but again, at the same time, I feel like it was just the draft. Kind of, they did play their draft very well, the new guys. So, yeah, hats to them. They Final Tribe must just be feeling so broken at this point, though. Especially because they decided to play the game out.
Yeah, it's a hard one to come back from. But let's see if they can do it. Game 2 coming up very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.